And if someone can say something, so I can be sure that I can hear you well as well.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello.
Something.
Okay, people, nice to see you again. It's our fourth day of GA. And again, okay, my hammer is here. I'm declaring that another plenary is open. Before we start with the intro presentation by our Evelina, Deputy Speaker, I just want to say something, one technicality. Since life is happening and sometimes we cannot predict what will happen next, I'm going to excuse all participants from Spain and Portugal who are attending this GA, including LBG delegates, second row delegates, and also Jaime, Vice President for Services. Carlos is here with us. Hope it will be like that during the whole day and tomorrow as well. Since in Spain and Portugal, some blackout.
Recording in progress.
Yeah, blackout happened, and unfortunately, those people cannot attend this plenary. This is also applicable for all people from Spain and Portugal who approach us and not approach us. Never mind. Everyone will be excluded in the case that they got electricity back. We will let them in to join this plenary. Also, I am going to excuse Kubik, LPG delegate of Prague, who contacted us today because he won't join us because of some obligations with LBG, and other delegate from LBG Prague is not available to join us. They reached us on the time and explained, so they are good. Okay, now I'm giving my word to Evelina, who will start presenting intro of the day.
Hello, hello. Let me share my screen. Today I only have my laptop open and a second screen, so this should be fun. Hello. Okay. So, welcome to the fourth day of plenary. Yeah, we're slightly halfway there. Slightly. So, let's see. Oops, I didn't do animations. It's okay. Let's see a little bit what we did yesterday. So, we can see the schedule over here. We had quite a packed day yesterday. We started with services. So the proposal to update the service portfolio, then the proposal to replace the best symposium education with the educational involvement program as a service of best. Then we had the photocopies presentation, not the golden apple, that didn't happen, just didn't deleted. Then we continue with proposals. They want to restructure Vivaldi into the quality assurance department and best courses program. And then we had lovely presentations by our projects and working groups. Then we had lunch. So in the afternoon block after lunch, we started with the ER presentation, and then with some presentations from foreign NGOs, so STM and EPSA for yesterday. And then we continue with the proposal to exclude or suspend LBG art and arts and métiers, something like that. Then we have a break, and we continue with the last block of the day, which we had some regulations proposals, mostly to remove the automatic suspension of a member proposed for exclusion, to flexibilize the informing of a member about to be proposed for exclusion, to allow registration of comments for secret ballots, and to introduce a definition of an amendment and a counter proposal. And of course, yesterday was Funky Hat Day, so here's the just one picture Selma took because she didn't think there were many more people in the Zoom, but I think we have it also somewhere, so you can see a little bit of the hats here. So thank you all for participating in that. And I did put just some memes, didn't have time to go through all of them, but yeah, and I guess that goes as your reminder to no. As your reminder to say your name in LBG before you're speaking, so you can show some love to the mini takers. And thank you, mini takers, for taking minutes every day. So today, what are we going to do? We're having now the intro of the day. Yes. Right after this, we're gonna go with the Vice President for Projects confirmations. We had the nominations on Saturday. And then we have parking lot. So what we're going to do in parking lot, we're going to continue discussions on the proposal to change the membership system, on the proposal to, I'm sorry, I forget I literally sent it 3 times. The Timisoara proposal for the eligible events. Let me find the proper name. Oh my God. Yes, the proposal to adjust inter-events eligibility, sorry. And then the proposal to introduce the event fund. Then we're going to have a small break. And then the last block of the day will be the International Bodies Action Reports, which will happen through Zoom here. You will all join and you will be more freely going to the breakout rooms where you can find the coordinators and everything, and you will learn more about their action reports. So another reminder, as every day, here you can find all the links you need for this GA, like the form, the announcement form, the questions form, the announcement form, any fun links and so on. Remember to be on time on the plenary. Remember to be active in the plenary, and remember to be nice to everybody else in the plenary. And again, I have you here the deadlines you probably will meet for the rest of the days. I'm not going to really go through them all, just have them here so you can see them. Most importantly, tomorrow is the deadline to submit counter proposals and amendments, not tomorrow, on Wednesday, I'm sorry. And yeah, and we should also have some time that we will announce where you can find us, me and Selma mostly, or somebody from the board that will be available to ask anything you want, and so on. So yeah, that will be all from my side.
Thank you, Evelina, for your intro of the day presentation. Now, when we are done with it, we are proceeding with confirmation round for Vice President for project position. As you already know, nominations happened on Saturday afternoon. Since we didn't have anyone in the 2 nomination rounds that happened some time ago, let's say 3 weeks ago, before the GA. Now we are going to proceed with this, as I said. So in the case that person is not present here with us in the plenary, the other person who nominated that person is responsible for stating her is that person confirming or declining nomination. Now I can share, or actually if someone can help me, Evelina, maybe it will be better since I will be checking the chat as well. We have 16 people nominated. Okay, amazing. We can see this screen. So first person who is nominated for VPP position is Andrei from LBG Skopje. Is Andrei with us? Or the person who nominated Andrei? Anyone? Since we don't have anyone who will say that is Andrei confirming or not, we will postpone this. So there is option in the sheet regarding postponing. Now we are proceeding with George from LBG Athens. Okay, we have Skopje, LBG Skopje.
Hello, Ilya LBG Skopje. Speaking on behalf of Andrei, he told me he declines.
Thank you, Ilya. Now we are proceeding with George from LBG Athens. Is George here with us? Or the person who nominated him? I don't see finger in the chat. And I cannot find George here, which means that we will postpone this. Then Lito from LBG Patras.
I decline.
Thank you, Lito. Then Christina from LBG Leon. Okay, we have a message on the chat. Christina declines. Then Kyriakos from LBG Patras. Evangelos.
On behalf of Kyriakos, he declines.
Thank you. The next person who is nominated is Paulina from AGH Krakow.
Thank you for the nomination. I decline.
Thank you, Paulina. Vagelis from LBG Thessaloniki. Vagelis again.
On behalf of Angelis, he declines.
Thank you. Rita from LBG Lisbon. Rita, or the person who nominated Rita. Yeah, Rita is from Portugal, but I'm not sure who nominated Rita. Is it someone from Spain or Portugal or someone else? Okay, I just got no information that Mauro from LBG Rome Tour Regatta nominated Rita. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So Rita declines. Then the next person is David from LBG Gdansk.
Hi, thank you for the nomination. I accept the nomination for VPP.
Okay, we have a person who confirmed. Then again, even though we have a candidate, we are proceeding with the rest of people who are nominated. The next one is Mauro from LBG Romtori Vegata. Mauro. Or actually, wait. Yeah, Mauro is declining. Then again, we have other person from Spain, Natalia. Who nominated Natalia? I don't think Natalia is here with us. Again, got information that another person from Spain nominated Natalia, so definitely we are postponing this. Another person from Spain who is nominated, it's Delia. Yeah, thank you, Paulina. Like so many messages, including public messages and direct ones, so sometimes it's hard to get them all. That's important when texting us to be clear as much as possible. Okay, we don't have information for Delia as well, which means we will postpone this. Then Afro from LBG Thessaloniki. Evangelos.
On behalf of Aphrodite, she declines.
Thank you. Then the next one, Andrea from LBG Naples. Andrea also declines. Okay, we see some messages in Italian. Then the next one is Diana from LBG Yash.
Thank you for the nomination, but I decline.
Thank you, Diana. And again, we have a person from Madrid, Carlos Tercera from Spain, Paula.
But I'm here. I don't live in Spain, so that's fine. And thank you, but I decline.
Thank you, Paula, which means that we are done with confirmation round. In this moment, we have a person, one person who confirmed. It's David from LBG Gdansk. I wish you the best of luck in this running for the position. If something changes, we will let you know. But as planned, we will have speech and Q&A round for this position as planned on the 1st of May. Thank you. Okay, we are done with this. And now what we are going to do is another energizer before we start with parking lot session. So again, I will have to ask for help with this. Yeah, okay, I'm just checking messages. Do we receive any news? No, it's all Gucci, so we are proceeding as planned. I will ask my deputy again to share the screen. I will send the energizer in the chat. Okay, we are going to have another Just Dance. So these things are becoming a thing as back in 2020 and 21. Okay, now we can finally proceed with parking lot session. And I can definitely say that Catherine and Hannah are queens of jazz dances. So yeah, I would also invite other people to join us in jazz dances because we are on that way getting ready and getting some more energy. Yeah, Hannah, I also didn't know what's happening. But sometimes it's good to improvise with these things to get some more energy. And yeah, as you know that some things are happening that we cannot predict. As today we have problem with people from Spain and Portugal. Also, Evelina had some problems with sharing the sound and the screen. And also, my internet wasn't so good today because it was thundering a lot and I wasn't sure how to join this. But we are all here to solve the problem. Improvise, yes, as Hannah said, improvise, overcome, and adapt. We are all good enough to find solutions for everything that is happening. Okay, now I would like to introduce you to the parking lot. We received 3 proposals, as you could see. And now we are going to start with the first one. It's regarding the proposal to change the membership system. Our goal here is not to have like a general debate as we had 2 days ago, but we are here to clarify final concerns, explore improvements, and gather feedback that could help either during the trial period or for possible refinements later on. This is actually relevant for all parking lot sessions we will have today, but since we are now on proposal to change the membership system, I have to mention that since for this proposal we had many questions that were not replied during the Q&A round, we will do wipe check on which ones do you want to have round here. We kept all of them. So you don't need to worry. They are not only for proposal owner. Anyone will be welcome to reply. So we are going to send all questions in the chat, and full member LBGs will vote on that. Okay, so Evelina is sending them on the chat, and please vote. Thumbs up are enough for this. So those who will have more votes than others will be taken into account. Okay, thank you, Evelina, for sending them to the chat. I see some votes here. We are going to proceed with the one that has 30 votes. Yeah, and I will be sending them again on the chat, just to be sure on which we are now having discussion. So these questions are not only for proposal owners, they're also for anyone else. Like if you have idea, if you have final improvement, never mind, everything is more than welcome. And how we are going to take fingers, they are going to be submitted through the form, like our form that we were using in the past 3 days. And the first question is, how can we ensure that smaller or younger LBGs are not unfairly penalized? Piotr, we are going to use finger, like form for fingers. Okay, yeah, but for 2 fingers later on, we will be using chat as usual. Okay, since we are having like this will take so much time, let's change it a bit for replies on these questions. Let's use fingers in the chat by sending like usual thing we are doing here. But if you are replying directly to someone, please use these sub messages. I'm not sure is that correct name for that, but you can see here like a button to reply if you are replying directly to someone. Piotr already had finger. So if you are ready.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Finally. I had problems with microphone before. I would clarify, I would answer the question a bit on the side of the proposal owners. How can we ensure that smaller or younger LBGs are not unfairly penalized? Well, it's pretty straightforward. The current system already does it. The current system, I mean the system based on stamping of eligible external events or internal events. The system that makes every LBG organize quite a big event every 8 months, every 8 seasons, already penalizes smaller LBGs or younger LBGs without knowledge management or without resources, or even bigger LBGs but without good connections to university or big amounts of money. So we believe that our system makes it a bit better by including other factors, factors such as strategic planning. We don't see how smaller LBGs can have issues with metrics such as creating annual action plan or metrics such as creating, I don't know, LTSP. Of course, some LBGs don't do it, but it's not depending on their size or their age. So we believe that stamp-based system, the 8 seasons system, penalizes smaller or younger LBGs way more than the proposed system.
Thank you, Piotr. And we have clarification from Ellie.
Yes, Ellie Symphony. I don't entirely understand where this is based because the proposals that we're having for suspension are not only for small LBGs, but also for bigger LBGs. So can you clarify where that statistic comes from that the current system is penalizing smaller LBGs?
Piotr?
Piotrek Simp, well, it's not a statistic. It's the way that it works. If the system has, if the system is based on the fact that LBG has to organize an event, most of the events that we are using in stamp system are for at least 20 people. So those are quite big events that last for quite a long time. So smaller LBG can have issues organizing it. We don't see how the system that we are proposing is punishing smaller LBGs more than system based on organizing events.
Thank you. If we don't have two fingers, we are going to proceed with the one finger from Hannah. But before that, please, people, don't forget to mention your name and LBG before speaking. Thank you.
Okay, Hannah from the Beacon. I actually want to ask the plenary to pinpoint for us where you as a smaller LBG actually feel that the system disadvantages you, because if we have those points, we could also focus on improving them to make sure that, like, just to have a nice list, if you could help us with that.
Two fingers from Chișinău, from Vlada.
Vlada, LBG Chișinău. I feel that this system would help us as a small LBG that struggles with a lot of things. So that's my answer. But I think it should be reviewed and made more specific.
Thank you. LBG Riga.
Marta, LBG Riga. As already a suspended LBG, making a course in our situation is almost impossible at all, or any other stampable event. So having these metrics gives us a chance to even understand how to make an action plan, not giving that much weight on only the doctor's opinion, but us also being able to evaluate like what do we need, since we don't have the knowledge, because we are all new boardies.
LBG Athens. LBG Athens.
I didn't have so much.
No, Athens, Aachen, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Varun from LBG Aachen. I also firmly believe that smaller LBG, it's easier for smaller LBGs to set goals when compared to having a single goal every 2 years, that is to make a course. So I believe that this is good for us.
Any new fingers? Or we can proceed with the next question that had enough votes. Okay, the next one would be, how can we still motivate LPGs to organize events if it's not strictly mandatory? The question will be sent to the chat now. Hannah?
Yes, since it was mentioned in plenary that this is quite a big concern to many of you, we've had the idea, but I would love to get, sorry, Hannah from the Beacon, by the way. I would love to get your input. We thought about adding an extra metric that basically counts if you have if you're past your season deadline, like every season you're past your season deadline, you would get a certain amount of minus points that would be subtracted. So at some point you would again reach the lower minimum and you would somewhat be forced, but you would have a bit longer time in case that's needed for whatever. But like so Yeah, that's my explanation. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Hannah. We have 2 fingers from LBG Riga.
I wanted to ask, in this situation, would it be that from some of my amount of points, for example, if you're over the X amount, would then it be only subtracted, or this would work for everybody, even the smaller LBGs, which cannot reach even the 30 point?
Hannah?
Since it would be hard to regulate in the handbook, it would be for everyone. If you have an idea though how to put it specifically, reach out. I'm not sure how that would work because it would require, extra clauses that only if you go above the threshold, and then it would also kind of defeat the purpose of at some point forcing LBGs to still bring our services. So it's a difficult balance to find.
LBG Athens.
LBG Athens, Daphne. But this change would punish LBGs not organizing events, not positively reinforce them to and motivate them.
Thank you. No new 2 fingers to Hannah, and we are going to proceed with 1 finger from Piotr from SIMP.
Hello, Piotrek Simp. Apart from the fact that was already mentioned here, keep in mind that it's a membership system. It's not service provision system. The main scope of membership system should not be to motivate LBGs to get involved in some activity. Providing services is not the main goal of BEST as a network. Our goal is to develop students. So the providing service is only one way of doing it. And if membership system has to be based on motivating LBGs to provision services, something is wrong. So we believe that membership system shouldn't punish LBGs that don't want to organize eligible events as much as it's done already. It's not the scope of membership system. We should have more tools to motivate LBGs to provide services, not only suspension.
Ellie?
Yes, Ellie from the Symphony. I'm not going to argue about suspension, but I do think it's important when we're sharing facts to have them be facts. Best, yes, we do have a vision and a mission, but we do that through our activities, which are supported through services. That's what Best is doing. So membership system can be something else, but I would not align the change that you're trying to make together with the vision of BEST, at least with how we have it at the moment and how it's mentioned in the documents that we have. Example, identity that was voted in the previous autumn GA. Previous autumn GA.
Thank you. Well, I got firstly finger from Vlada.
Vlada, LBG Chisinau. There.
Wait, is it directly to Ellie?
It's to Ellie, yes.
Okay. You can.
Can I go on?
Yes, you can.
Vlada from LBG Chisinau. There are LBGs that do not have many resources to organize courses, but because they need to organize the courses, they do organize them, but they organize them with a little low quality, with bad food, bad accommodation, and maybe bad lectures. So to avoid them, we must give those LBGs time to recover in order to be able to organize better events in the future, not to squeeze everything out of them. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Vlada. And then Paulina.
Yes, hi, Paulina, serving working group. So, an answer to these concerns, as I understand, is actually another question. Why do we need motivation, and why do you want to be a part of BEST if you don't want to do our events? Like, we all agreed to these events. You can be any other organization if you want to do your own events, and membership means that we all agree that we want to be part of something bigger and cooperate with each other at some level. So organizing events is still a big part of this system, and it doesn't mean that you don't have to do them. It just gives you some more points, but you have other levels on which you can be good or better and still develop and improve your LBG and your events.
Thank you. And now I will take two fingers from LBG Aachen.
Yeah, Varun from LBG Aachen. I want to add to what Lada was saying. So during our region meeting we had in the GA, we were also discussing this with the doctor, and it's a trend. Like, if an LBG has 7 or 8 members or so, then it's a trend that they get burned out with a course, and then they also just stop working because there are only 7 or 8 members. Being a little more flexible on the courses, I think, is the way for best moving forward as well, especially in a few regions. I need not take specific names, but a few regions which are struggling or which have few members. I think it is really, really helpful for them to grow little by little instead of taking one major leap and burning out all their resources, and just sitting there for 2 years trying to build those resources again. And it's difficult for recruitments too. The same point was discussed in a regional meeting, and most of the people did agree to it. Just saying.
Two fingers from Marta, and it will be last two fingers on this topic, since we have some other topics regarding this parking lot session. Okay, Piotr, and that would be all since Piotr, and that would be all since Piotr is from this project.
Okay, thank you, Piotr Sim. So yeah, there was a project that analyzed what are the basic requirements for LBG to organize best course, but best courses are not the only eligible events. So each eligible event needs a bit different resources. So we didn't want to base it on these. And at the same time, there are more factors to LBG sustainability than event organization capabilities. So that's why we didn't base it only on that.
Thank you. Now we are ending discussion on this question and proceeding with the next one. It's what improvements could make the point system or reporting more fair and trustworthy? Don't see fingers in the chat. Anna?
Hannah from the Beacon. If the plenary has better ideas on how to make it more trustworthy, I would love to hear it. However, from what we've seen when working on the project, if we want to base it on what LBGs assume their situation is and how they want to get help or not, we just need to trust them what they say in their reporting. And personally, I am okay with trusting LBGs. I hope you are also okay with trusting your fellow LBGs. This depends on if you feel like this can be done or not. I feel like we're questioning a lot about the credibility we all have, but in the end, we want what's best for the organization, right? So we should put trust in our fellow LBGs that we have.
The next one is from LB. Oh no, we have two fingers from LBG Aachen.
This is for Hannah. I mean, I've observed a trend where, many LPGs are generally tell a few, I mean, not lies necessarily, but, in order to not make them look like they're on the verge of collapsing, or in order to not get a doctor, or in order to not make themselves more prone to getting excluded, they don't give all the details. So how do you think we can prevent that? Or if so, something on that note, if you get what I mean.
Thank you. Hannah?
Hannah from the Beacon. I get it, but if an LBG does not want help, in the end, we cannot help them. However, I have to say, I've had many LBG report meetings this year with a multitude of different LBGs, weaker ones, stronger ones, smaller, bigger, like the whole spectrum. And I feel like to all of them or most of them, I trusted them. I hope they trusted me. Up until some point, we cannot do more than just being open with them and sharing that we want to help them. They have a connection with the regional advisors that they will hopefully use because they're the people they can turn to and trust with, from the international side at least. So I've had a good experience so far. Of course, I'm not in any of these LBGs, but doing more than trust and hope that they will get the help because otherwise they will die on their own, right? At some point, we need to make use of the network that we have.
Now I'm taking the finger from LBG Riga, but please be careful if it's opening new question, please cut it. But if not, we can proceed with your two fingers and then go to LBG Kishnau.
LBG Marta from LBG Riga Marta. If, for example, in our situation we are suspended and we did not ask for help, and suspension actually helped us a lot because if we would not be suspended, we would go for exclusion ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you, Marta. And now LBG Kishnau.
I think that one way of making the LBG reports more trustworthy is to replace the word suspension with someone else, like sick LBG or mentored LBG. And I see like here two stages. First of all is mentored LBG, then suspended, and then excluded. So to replace the two stages we have right now with three. Secondly, there is in the stakeholders in the stakeholder support, there is something with the money received from companies. And I also see here a way to make it more specific. We could take into consideration the average monthly cost of living in that certain region and the money that the LBG has taken in the last year, and to divide somehow those numbers and multiply it by coefficient and get the index out of that. And also the criteria that are about membership are not very specific from my point of view. And instead of calculating the turnover of members and the average lifespan, which is very hard to calculate because you cannot know when a member leaves. I would rather calculate the members involved into the organization of events in the last year. That is more measurable and easier to see. The number of members involved into the organization of events. And that's all from me. Thanks. Sorry for being so long.
Thank you, Vlada. That would be all for these questions that were unreplied from general Q&A round that we had on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. Now we are going to proceed with questions that we received in the form. First one is from Paula from Tigro. So please, Paula.
Hello. So
Wait,
yeah,
wait.
Paula from Tigro. Oh,
Wait.
sorry.
Yeah, I cannot see two fingers. Hannah, please confirm. Did you had two fingers?
Yeah, I put it as a comment to Vlada's one. I don't know if you can see it there.
Okay, yeah, now I see it was some time ago. Yeah, please. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Okay.
Hannah from the Beacon. I just wanted to quickly touch on something. First, for the membership stages, we have kind of three. We have the suspension, yes, and exclusion, but we also have under monitoring. So if an LBG says we do not feel like we're currently our best and we need help, they can be placed under monitoring. So we could rename them. However, this would make the change very big and complex for what we want to achieve. Also, generally, thank you for the suggestions. We can look into them. We just didn't want to make the whole document very complicated and very specific. That is why some things are more up for own interpretation, because how many active members do you have can be kind of dependent. Maybe you don't organize that many events. So it's difficult to say how many LBG members actually help in the events, or you have way more active events, but not all of them active members, but not all of them can help at the same event because it's just too many and you would have 100 people running around. So what do you do with them? So we wanted to keep it a bit more open and not as extremely specified as we are used to in BEST, just to also allow for a bit of room for interpretation for the LBGs themselves to put their own situation in it and also evaluate their own sustainability. So to see for themselves, do we actually feel like we have enough active members? What do we reflect for themselves? What do we think is an active member? And so forth. So yeah.
Thank you, Hannah. And now we are proceeding with Tigro. Paula, you can read it. And actually, this will be only voting, not usual conversation.
Yes, so Paula Tigro, dear LBGs, we're currently having discussions with some LBGs on how to include the obligation of organizing an eligible event every 8 seasons into the proposal, and we would like to consult the plenary on two possible approaches. So approach number one, should an LBG that does not organize an eligible event have its metric analyzed and only be proposed for suspension if it also fails to meet the sustainability criteria? And approach number two would be, should an LBG be proposed for suspension if either it does not organize an eligible event or they fail to fulfill the sustainability criteria independently? So we would really appreciate hearing your thoughts on this and like which proposal would better suit the needs of us. So please react with a B if you think approach one would be more fit, and then with a P if approach two would be more fit. And then also if the speakers allow for it, you can also leave two fingers in the chat so we can gather input from you. Thank you.
Thank you, Paula. So LBGs, please do vote with thumbs up and thumbs down. It depends which solution do you actually approach do you want. Only 24 votes for now. As for all other things that we were voting here, please take this as serious because this is a future organization possible solution and everything that can pop up. Yeah, and there will be only voting for this. Yeah, Hannah just suggested a technical thing. So if you don't want any of these two approaches, let's vote with, wait, what do we have? Let me check for other emojis. With this, like I saw 5 fingers. So if you want to have other approach, LBG Prague, not with heart, with the 5 fingers. Kishna, what we are doing now? Tigro has 2 questions on which you are voting. Actually, 2 approaches for this. If you agree with the first approach, you are voting with thumbs up. If with the second one, with thumbs down. If there is something else, with this kind, like 5 fingers emoji. Okay, so I guess you are okay with these votes. Tigro, you can check votes, and if you have some other activities for this, you are welcome to do it. But later, now we have to proceed with the next question we received. But also one more reminder before we proceed with it. Please again state your name and LBG and be careful with the fingers because sometimes it's real mess on the chat and I cannot know on which you are sending direct. Also, the next question is from Hannah, VP LGS. And yeah, also another reminder to be clear and concise as much. Okay, Hannah is cutting it. Then we have one question, but we don't see for which session it is. We also don't see the name of LBG here. It's wrong one from LBG that doesn't exist. So we would cut it and proceed with the next parking lot. That will be facilitated by Evelina, our deputy, and it's going to be on the proposal from LBG Temishwara.
Yes, hello. I think the question you see on the form is from LBGCC now. Am I mistaken? LBGCC now? Did you submit the question?
Yeah, probably, but it's written very, very wrong. What is written here is Musin.
Yeah, I think it's just the name and the thing. We can have it, I suppose. Do you still want to take it, LBGCC now?
Yes.
Okay, we'll post it in the chat. You can say it.
Yeah.
Vlada LBG Chișinău. Do you see any way to make the criteria for determining their lifespan? Actually, I think that was discussed, so I'll cut it. But I see an
Yeah, okay, thank you. Then we shall proceed with the next topic, which would be the proposal to adjust the eligibility of the internal events eligibility. I would like to invite Abhijit Soara and Maxime that proposed the topic to mostly brief us on what he had in mind. So Maxime.
Okay, thank you. Maxim LPG Timișoara. So like I've seen a lot of different opinions in the VA chat, and I also have seen like a couple of statements from the LBGs, but I think it wasn't enough. Like at least I didn't hear a lot of LBG voices according to the proposal and what do they think about like adjusting internal eligibility of internal events in that way. And I would like to ask like what are the LBG perspectives, even if we had discussion at the moment about the membership proposal, like the thing with the 4 seasons, it will also like touch the membership thingy as well a little bit and will affect the all LPGs. So as was mentioned, like some of LPGs might have a time to recover, like, and I would like to hear exactly like what people think about the proposal itself. Because it also can be used for internal base development. And a lot of people mentioned that we are service provider organization. So we can also like take a breeze, like I would say internally, and start working on the services internally with this proposal. Yeah, I understand that such a things as a stamp, like these 4 seasons, don't have to motivate the people, but it's something that we are dealing with the moment because now we, to keep going with the in best, we have to organize eligible events. So even if the proposal for membership system, new membership system will be voted, it also will remain. It will be differently, but still like will impact like organizing eligible event will impact it. So if you would like to share as LBGs your opinions, I would really appreciate it, please.
Okay then, thank you, Abhijit Soara. So yes, a clarification from Ahem.
Can you just, I didn't get on what part does he want the opinion of LBGs on? Can you be a little more specific?
Yes, Abhijit Soara,
I
you
mean,
can
in what
clarify.
context is what I want to get to know.
Yeah, okay. I have a couple of questions also written down. It's like, how do you think your LBG will benefit from the proposal if it's going to be accepted? How can it impact best and how it can impact the organization itself? And which events possibly LBGs can see as eligible? Like if LBGs also are ready to propose something to develop internally, some specific things.
Okay. Is it a 2 on the questions? Because we will start discussions by tackling each question separately. So if it's on the questions, then you can cut it. If it's on something else, you may take it.
Varun from LBG Aachen, I think if you can post that on the PA, my LBG will reply to all of those questions in text. And I think if we continue this discussion on every LBG, then it's just gonna go drag on.
Okay, thank you, LG Ahem. And yeah, it is a great suggestion always to also use LTAB for anything you want to discuss. So we will start by simply, let me also type them, by simply tackling the questions that Maxine posed. So firstly, we will go with the question for you to think, with how do you think you will benefit from it, so from the proposal. Let me also pose the question. Yeah, I'm gonna, sorry, somebody's just, yeah, let me also pose the question so you see it. You, okay. So anybody that has something to say, they can just simply put one finger in the chat. Yes, Alibziahan.
Yeah, Varun from LBG Aachen. Again, I think setting smaller goals is one. And then I think it'll also kind of help us in having regular events instead of waiting to save our resources for one event or for a long term. And then this can, if we have regular events, I think that will also promote LBG Aachen in Aachen. So it will also help us in recruitments. There are multiple more, but these are the ones that are the major ones, at least for our LBG.
Okay, thank you. We have LBG Brasov next.
Andy, LBG Brashov. I think our LBG can maybe benefit from this proposal, but only on international side, like involving more of our members or our LBG members on the international side, discovering more and more, because usually these internal events uh, are having place in the middle of our semesters. So basically, logistically, we cannot handle that. But uh, on the international side of involving our members, I think it could help with that, this proposal.
Okay, thank you very much. Does anybody have anything else to add to this question? Yes, two from Timisoara.
Yeah, just like a general curiosity for everyone to reflect a little bit.
LBG name.
Okay, Maxim LBG
LBG in your name.
Just a general curiosity, like for everyone, I think it was mentioned a lot that organizing internal events helping LPGs to make their people be more internationally involved. Like at the moment, you like the proposal is to make them eligible, but it's just a thing to reflect. Why aren't you organize them without this eligibility thingy? So we could just like volunteer for it is as we do in Best at this time. And it's like, in Best we coming up with the things that now you get a stamp for the thing that really helps you. You are like asking for a cookie for the thing that already is cookie for you, like because it also develop your volunteers and it's very helpful for your LBG like by default. But now we are like giving something for it as well.
Okay, two from LBG Ahem. I assume your two are not separate and it's only just one, so you can take it.
Varun from LBG Aachen. I mean, it's a direct reply to Maxim. The answer is resources. In order to have a course, we need to save up our resources for like 2 years. But it gives us more flexibility to utilize our resources if this passes.
Okay, LBG Riga, you're next. Riga, do you still have your fingers? Can you hear me? LBG Riga, do you have two fingers or not?
I'm sorry, my internet little LBG Riga Marta. From the perspective that there is a lot of stampable events already, for a weaker LBG, to give more motivation for the members and show how internal best works, would be a great chance to have to shoot two rabbits with one shot, both great motivation and also get a stamp and be more sustainable. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And to close this, I'll also take from Brasov.
Andy, LBG Brashov. Our main problem regarding organizing this, besides the period when they are organized is our busy agenda, because we are focusing more when the the lectures seasons is open. We are focusing more on our local external events in order to promote best to all of our uni students.
Okay. So going, I see we're done with the fingers. So going back to the original question of how do you think you will benefit from the proposal? Is there any one finger that are new? Okay, I don't really see anything. So we can continue with the next question to answer here is how can it impact best? So how can this proposal you think can impact best? Ahan?
Yeah, Varun from LBG Aachen. I think people will be motivated to join Best more anywhere. Let me give the bigger LBGs out there. How does the field look for like comparatively smaller LBGs? It's something like this. Except for the motivational weekends and like some small events where people from might be one or two other LPGs come to us for events. And then we save up for 2 years. People see that only two, three universities are here. And then after 2 years, people see all of a sudden that people from like 4, 5 countries are here. We do smaller events on a regular period of time. It helps us promote our best in our locality even better, and you are giving us the resource to do so, because when people see that on a regular interval, like every year or every year and a half or something like that, people from multiple countries are visiting this organization and doing something worthy, then people will be motivated to join best. So there will be many more LBGs in best is what I feel.
Thank you for sharing, Ahan. Anything else on this question? Anybody else to add? Okay. I will leave you some seconds until I start typing the next question. You can think how it can impact you, how it can bring some additional impacts with with the already stated regulations and so on. Which event do LPGs? Going once, going twice, going 3 times. Okay, so we can go to the next question, which is which events, we're just missing a S, do LBGC as possible internal, possible eligible internal events? So do you have any thoughts on this? Anything that's maybe not included right now? Anything you think is redundant from right now you want to remove? Yes, LBG Aachen.
Varun from LPG Aachen, like before I answer anything, I would like to know whether the international board was hesitant to add anything to the proposal, or did they add every event that they thought was eligible to be considered an internal eligible event?
Could somebody from the board clarify, please? Yes, Hannah.
Hannah from the weekend. Can you repeat and rephrase, please?
Yes, you can clarify, Ahmed.
My question is actually very simple. I'm just asking the international board, what do they possibly see as internal eligible events? And then did they mention everything that they see as internal eligible events on the proposal?
Yes, Anna?
Hannah from the Beacon. I mean, in the end, this proposal does not come from our side, so it was up to LBGT Mishwara to decide what they would deem eligible or not. We did not put much work into finding other internal events who might be eligible, so we cannot really answer you that from our perspective because we haven't looked into it at all.
Okay, thank you. Does LBGT Mishwara want to maybe add to this or clarify why they chose? Yes?
Yeah, okay. In general, like the whole proposal itself, it gives a room for more flexibility, and it gives a room also to figure out something new, like new specific events which can develop like more specific things as well. And events potentially can become like, I would say, bigger in terms of content, like not bigger, but like higher quality in terms of content. Because I also checked like the VA thread, and I've seen how people are talking that like RMs are not very useful at the moment, sims are not very useful at the moment, or some events are like possible to organize with two people already. That's why like there is a possibility to create something bigger, better. Not like in course level, I would say, or something that is very hard to organize for LBGs at the moment, but still something new that could be possible to, I don't know, develop services, for example. Or I also give like a couple of examples as well to give possibilities for LBG to develop something regionally or like geographically, nationally. So like a bigger events, because they will impact some LBGs, and afterwards, after impacting some LBGs, like some regions, they can also impact the whole best as well, like the outcomes of such events. So that's why, as this is a proposal for Timisoara, like for LBG, that's why it's hard to predict what exactly board can think about. Because like after it, if it will be voted, after that they like it will be not pressure, but it will be a room for figuring out. There will be a room to figure out like which events exactly might be eligible, and something new can also be created. That's why I'm also asking this question to see if LBGs might have any ideas on what exactly they would like to develop, and with what exactly they maybe expect from such events. So it's also like have to come from both sides as we see it, at least as LBG.
Okay, thank you, LBGT Mishwara. Now going back to the original question, are there any thoughts that anybody wants to share? Okay. Sorry. Okay, I don't see anything else. 45. So yeah, I think we are okay to slowly close this. I don't think we have we covered everything we had. I don't know if anybody else has anything in general just to ask. Yes, Yasi. Okay. Do you, so the question from LG Yasi, I am assuming you are. Do you want to say it also, please? Okay, I will. Yeah, so I will say it. So the question from LGS is if eligible events are more flexible, how do you believe that LBGs will still be motivated to do their regular events? Clarification from Timisoara.
Regular events, which events are they? Like local, external, not clear.
Okay, just a reminder to also name LBG before you speak. And can you clarify LBG ERC? But I do believe they mean all the other events are not eligible events, or at least count on the 4-8 season rule. Okay, thank you very much. So courses and the ones with financial effort. Timisoara, 2 fingers.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I do believe people will still keep going with the courses for sure. They will have more time to prepare better quality events. Like speaking on behalf of my LBG, we are organizing a course once per 2 years, and after one course, people go in burnout, and then they just 1 year literally like trying to recover. And then after they have to already organize one more course, which is killing them. I believe that this proposal giving 1 more year, like also this event that might LPGs might organize, like this new internal event or like internal eligible event. We also give motivation for people and to give like them more room to prepare for another event, another course, and figure out like fundraising sides of money event and money wise and academic wise as well. So in just 1 year, so it's not like the big haul of 2 years which you are like losing a knowledge. It's just 1 year where you can even get like more motivated and more information, more knowledge for the event.
Okay, thank you. Just a note that we're also slowly reaching out of time, reaching the allocated time for this topic. So please be also concise with your points. LG Ahen, 2 fingers.
Varun from LBG Aachen. I think the question really is, where do you draw the line? Because an LBG that's not doing well will be ready to take anything as an eligible event. The question is again, where does the organization draw the line? If you get what I'm trying to say.
Okay, thank you, LBG Ahen. I will now take a last 1 finger from the beacon. Katrin.
Yes, Katrin from the Beacon. I just wanted to shed some light on a possible event that the board discussed in the past mandate was the BESTIMEC event. And we discussed it in the sense that could this be an eligible event or not? It's a strategic event in the end. It aligns with the LTSP, it aligns bringing organizations together. So in this sense, this is a type of event that could be modified. So I just want to open that, give that perspective to this discussion. I know we're coming to an end here, but I wanted to add that perspective.
Okay, LG Ahen, you have the opportunity to take the last 2 fingers of this topic. So please take them.
Thank you for that. Varun from LPG Aachen again. Again, there's one more topic that can be open for discussion regarding this, that do you want to name the event, or you can also have a criteria that at least 7 LBGs should attend it. Then it will be stamped. It's as simple as that. Or along with that, another criteria, something like it should not be something only party related. It should be something educational, something like that. You can have criteria like these two. It's open to discussion. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, then we will close this topic now. Thank you very much, everybody, for participating in the discussion and for proposing this discussion. And of course, you can continue anything you want on the relevant VA threads. If you want to discuss anything general, you can also use LTAB, which is quite useful for discussions like that. So I will give the word back to Selma.
Hello again. We got one more proposal for the parking lot. We don't have that much time, but we will use this opportunity to reply if there is something that wasn't done already, but also if someone has something else to ask the plenary or raise a thing, you are welcome to do it through the form. We are actually talking about event fund. So please be efficient as much as possible since we are having around 10 minutes. We didn't have anything. So I would like to ask you, is there anything still unclear about how the event fund will be managed? For this, we are using finger chats. No finger chat. We are using, we will be using chat for fingers. So if there is something that is not clear to you on how event fund will be managed, please, it's time to ask. No ideas? Or if you have some idea on what other mechanisms could we introduce to motivate or ease contributions? Any ideas? Again, nothing in the form. LBG Timișoara.
Yeah, okay. Like I just maybe it's like an idea at the moment. LBG Timișoara Maxim. Just an idea at the moment, but I'm not sure how like the money thingy with internal events are working at the moment because for internal events and best, like international best is finding like they're applying for grants, they're finding money for like the whole event, getting the sponsorships as well. But LBG people are also involved in this. So when LBG is hosting internal event, applying for a grant, and LBG is also like fundraising, maybe it makes sense for such events, even if Best also fundraising it together with LBG, to put some money from such events in this fund. It's an idea, okay. If it makes sense, go.
Thank you, Maxim. We have a clarification from Carlos. Maxim?
The whole thing of it was that not like during the such events, not only Best fundraise, but LBG fundraise itself. Like it's work that is done together with Best and LBG. Like Maxim, LBG Timișoara. Yeah, that's what I mentioned. That the job is done in collaboration between LBG and Best International. And the part of money that both of them fundraise can go for the fund, not just the money that Best fundraise put in the fund. It also like good to do so, I would say, because now event was done by LBG and hosted by LBG and people put the effort, but LBG itself can also like put money there.
Carlos? Thank you. Since we don't have new fingers for this question, and we have 3 minutes, give me opportunity to ask you something else. It's about how transparent should be the reporting of contributions, anonymous or open. Like I can send this to the chat and you will be voting anonymous and then open. Just use thumbs up. Okay, the question is how transparent should be the reporting of contributions? You have two options that are in the chat. So let's quickly vote. And these votes are not like a final decision. This will be used as input for final steps. Okay, we have some votes here. 23 LPGs voted to have it anonymous and 18 to have it open. Thank you. We are reaching the end of parking lot sessions. We had 3 of them. The last one was a bit short, but hopefully we gathered another input for this one, but also for other ones, previous ones that we had. Now we are going to have a quick break. After that, we are going to have international presentations. But before I close the plenary, there are a couple of announcements we received. First one is from Andra and Enzo. So if you are here with us, please open your mic, but if not, I will read it.
Yes, Andra, privacy officers. Roses are red, violets are blue. When plenary ends, we've got plans for you. Grab a drink, get a snack, come vibe with the pack. Hop on Discord, we'll hang and unwind. Random talks and good times with the besties you'll find. So join us on Discord for hanging out after plenary.
Thank you, Andra. And the next one is from Paula from Tigro. Again, if you are here, please open your mic.
Yes. So roses are red, violets are blue. The Tigger Skill Safari is coming. It's calling for you. From May 16th to the 22nd, each evening at 6:30, we'll dive into the jungle of skills and learn some brand new tricks. Applications open April 30 at 10. Be quick like a cheetah. Tell all of your friends then. Sessions are limited. First come, first served. Adventure awaits. Learning preserved. In the heart of the wild, your journey will start with hands-on learning and fire in your heart. So sharpen your spirit, get ready to grow. Tigre Skill Safari, to the jungle we go. So you have an email on your inboxes about a training event that we're organizing in Tigre online from 16th to the 22nd. Please join.
Thank you, Paula. And the next one is from Hannah from Beacon.
Yes, Hannah from the Beacon. Roses are red, violets are blue. Check your emails because the regional division needs feedback from you. The deadline is on the 30th.
Again, the last announcement is from Piotr from SIMP.
Hello, Piotrek Simp. Roses are red, violets are blue. The proposal to change the membership system needs input from you. To streamline the discussions and make your voices heard, we invite you to the counter proposal party tomorrow, so on Tuesday, after the plenary closes to draft the changes together. So if anyone wants to help us draft the counter proposal to amend the original proposal, we invite you.
Thank you for your announcement. That would be all. We are going to meet again in 30 minutes. Actually 28, but never mind. So we can continue with the last activity for today. That would be all. Plenary closed.